What's going on, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. Thank you for watching. I want to thank some of the folks that are coming into the chat room. We're live, finally. I'm enjoying what's happening during the off season. I enjoyed the last video I did breaking down Shermer, his offense, and how he likes to run the ball, run a lot of zone type of offense with his offensive line, and getting everybody involved in the offense, making sure everyone touches the ball. And so I'm very excited about this situation because as much as people may think that there's no way that CU, Coach Prime, Colorado, is going to be able to get this young man right here, Julian. Some say some call him the nickname Juju, but we know him as Julian Lewis. He right now, because he reclassified himself into the 2025 recruitment class from the 2026 recruitment class, it has been said that it has ranked him. He has bumped up in the ranking in terms of where people project him and see him. And I want to put something on the board here real quick. Give me a minute. I want to find something that I should have put in the system before. And I want to thank everybody that's here, that's watching, that's coming in through the chat room. Here it is. I want to put this up right here. And this right here is where he's on the Sports Illustrated. And they were ranking him as the number one. I think at one point in time, he was ranked the second best quarterback in high school football coming out. I think they've got him down as the one and only top prospect at quarterback for this 2025 class. Let me also put something else up to remind you and thank you everybody that's coming in, that's watching the program, that's been supporting the program. I really appreciate that. I want to show you something else because he's been here before. Here is another picture of him right here, right now, and there we go. So I think he took a couple of visits at CU that were not technically official. So this is going to be, I believe, the third time that Julian Lewis is going to visit CU. And I think this is significant because I want you to hear what Uncle Neely had to say about this, because this is the advantage. Right now, there are some that are saying that the battle to get Julian Lewis is going to be between Auburn and Colorado. Now, he has committed to USC. He says, he's had a lot of experiences over the recruitment season. And I want to put this up here. What was the one I wanted to show you? Let me just put this up here. So this is the competition right now. USC, Lincoln Riley is the one that he has had a lot of attention from. And there he is on a recruitment visit. And the question I have to say is that there are many people out there in the scouting world, such as On Sports, 24/7 Sports. There are many out there that believe that CU still has a very strong opportunity to get this young man here. And so I want to say to everybody out there who supports what's happening at CU and supports Coach Prime, the players, that never say never, because CU will be the last team that this young man, Julian, I got to give him a clap again. He will be the last team that Julian Lewis will be visiting. And so there's an advantage to that. And I want you to hear what Uncle Neely of the pregame show. I think he was on the podcast that you have in Denver with the guys over there in Denver. He comes on there quite a bit. You know the podcast, but I want you all to hear in the chat room this audio that I'm going to play you. I have some other clips. We got Peggy Roster in the house. Big Worm is in the house. Okay, we got R.J. Johnson in the house saying good evening. Thank you. R. Croftley 25 saying, hey, hello, family. Prime Sports. Hey, thank you for coming over. People will watch this video after the fact. Tend to get, views tend to pour in after the fact sometimes. And so this is the point I want you all to hear from Uncle Neely, who has the pregame show. Shout out to him. He's been following Coach Prime ever since Coach Prime was at Jackson State. And remember, his pregame show was a part of previewing what he was doing at Jackson State, and he's made the move over to CU. We already know that. But he is very insightful. He tells it like it is. He was the one who made it clear when people like Alton McCaskill left, Kamani McLean left. He sort of opened the door to, letting us know that, hey, maybe some guys are leaving because they don't want to deal with the competition. He was alluding to these things. But I want you to hear what he has to say about this young man and the recruiting advantage that CU has with him being with CU, Colorado, Coach Prime being the last stop on his recruitment journey coming this June, the 21st. Listen to this, everybody.
An absolute baller coming back to campus. Another blue chipper. We've talked a lot about him already. You know the name. Julian Lewis. Coming back to Colorado June 21st. This is going to be his third time coming to Boulder. Visited on January.
Third time.
Into January. Was just here, I want to say, late February, early March.
Yeah, I think it was early March.
And now is coming back for an official visit on June 21st, 2024. That is the last of 4 visits he has scheduled this summer, presumably before he locks in for his final year of high school football. This kid is just a phenom. I mean, we've talked enough about him, but he's coming back for his third time.
Yeah, the key word in that. When
Uncle Neely talking.
June 21st.
And it's going to be his what visit?
Final visit.
You want to be last, man.
Yep.
Right.
In this day and age of college football, you want to get that last word. I'm excited about it. Our QB room, we have a generational talent. I almost want to say lifetime talent, but we certainly have a generational talent in Shadur Sanders. Can easily be up there for the Heisman. Just talented, man. Just his work ethic and everything. I think Staub is sitting there still at 2, but that is tightening up. But it's just a room that you have to add to, for the future, man. And the future is now.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. So this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The future is now. And this is why we should not assume just because it looks like USC has the inside track. Matter of fact, this young man, if you just do a Google search, this young man, I think at one point in time was considering or was thinking about Georgia. And I think Georgia I think they recruited someone ahead of him. And he just certainly said, hey, they got their guy, and he moved on. One of the things I like about this young man when I hear him speak is that he's very grounded, very mature. He's getting some NIL. There's some deals that have been coming his way. And there was reports out there that he brought his father a brand new car. Now, his father has been involved in this young man's life from very beginning. You can go online and you can see various clips of this young man from the time he was playing football at the pee-wee level. And, of course, over time, he's had people like Nick Saban. He's met with Nick Saban when Nick Saban was still at Alabama. See, this young man has put up big numbers from his freshman year, sophomore year. Let me just read something to you. The Georgia high school football star Julian Lewis from the class of 2026. And as I said before, he's reclassified himself. He's ranked as the #1 quarterback in the class of 2025 by both ESPN rivals. Over the last 2 seasons, this young man at his high school has amassed, as a freshman and a sophomore, he's completed nearly 66%, ladies and gentlemen. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
66%, ladies and gentlemen, of his passes for a total of 7,212 yards.
Tell the truth.
He has amassed 96 touchdowns. That's incredible. High school player. He has amassed. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Okay, y'all? Here we go. This young man has amassed a hell of a career. Now check this out. Not only did he amass 96 touchdowns between his freshman and sophomore year in high school, but this young man has also put up 48 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions in 2023. So his total number of touchdowns is 96. But in just last year's season in high school, he put up 48 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. That means that what you see on the screen is that he's an accurate quarterback. He's a young man that can get the ball to his speedy wide receiver. I want y'all to see this right here. Check this out. Let's see it again, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. You see his accuracy? You have to be an accurate quarterback to amass these numbers that he put up between being a freshman and sophomore, and he still has a lot of work to do. Now, these are the schools that were vying for his services. You've got schools like Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama. Remember I told you that he took a picture with Nick Saban. He also, at one point in time, I think he was considering LSU, or he took unofficial visits there. I said Georgia, Michigan is one of them that was in play. Texas was in play. But right now, it looks like it's down to UCLA, Auburn, and CU. This young man, Julian Lewis, I want to put him back up here on the screen because very talented young man, very skillful. But I want to definitely show you something here. I like this picture right here with him, with the stickers on the helmet, the balls in his hand. Check this out. He stands at 6'1", 100, an 85-pound quarterback. He's taking a official visit to Indiana on May 31st. He's going back to USC, who he said that he has committed. But you know, these young men can change their commitment at any time. USC, June 7th. Auburn, June 14th. For the summer, making his final stop, as I said before, at CU, 2021. Brother Neely, Uncle Neely, said that will work to CU's advantage for him to take CU as his last visit. And he's had some good things to say about CU. And I'm going to play some clips for you to see. But this is the advantage that CU has over all these other schools. And I want to make this very clear because you're going to hear other people emphasize this. The advantage is that we know that Shadur is going to be leaving for the NFL. Right? He's NFL bound. He's NFL talent after he finishes the business that he has for this next year. Coach Prime has talked about that he wants both his son, Shoutout, and Shadur to go into the draft together, along with, we know, the great one himself, the one and only Travis Hunter.
Tell the truth.
And also, by the way, let's give Travis Hunter another big clap, because it looks like he's made the cover of the College Football 25 EA Sports. It's in the game. It's in the game. Bringing glory home. We've been waiting on this game. I've been waiting on this game for a decade now. The last game was 2014, and they didn't make any more because Ed O'Bannon, who played for UCLA, had a lawsuit about not getting paid because they were using his likeness. And now we've got this game coming back, and you're going to have CU in there. Shadur is going to be in the game. But right now they've made Hunter, and there's other pictures of Hunter. They got different pictures for the cover, and Travis Hunter has made that. And I think that's a testament to what he's done on the field, what Colorado has brought to what Coach Prime has brought to Colorado in bringing buzz around the program. And this young man right here, Julian Lewis, has said publicly that he sees what's popping at CU. He sees the energy. He said out of his own mouth, if it was not for Coach Prime, okay, he would not see himself even giving CU a sniff, a hello, a smile, or anything. But it's because of the prime, or what we know as the prime effect, that this young man sees CU as a prime place to go. And this is the advantage where I was really trying to get at. Shadur, as I said before, is leaving for the NFL. So therefore, this young man, Julian Lewis, has an ample opportunity to come right into CU, start as a freshman, start all 4 years or whatever many years he'll play before he potentially could jump to the NFL. Okay?
Tell the truth.
That's the advantage. He may have to go to USC and set for a year. He may go to Auburn and may set for the year, and he recognizes that when he was doing an interview on On3 Sports, and they asked him these candid questions, that there is an advantage. The father. Now, he talked about his father having a great relationship with Lincoln Riley. But guess what, folks? His father, and he's mentioned it himself, has a great relationship with Coach Prime.
Tell the truth.
As well. Matter of fact, he told young Julian Lewis, Juju as they call him, that Coach Prime was a hell of a player. Now, Juju said, oh, I didn't see him play, but my dad said he was a hell of a. You don't know how hell of a player he is. He's a yellow jacket wearing retired NFL player, Super Bowl winning, the top defensive back to ever play in the game. It must be the money.
Tell the truth.
Remember that CD he came out with? Juju also said this to everybody, and we got to be very clear. This is the advantage. He also mentioned that he has a great relationship with his father. His father, just like Coach Prime, has been in his life in terms of football, in terms of tutorage, in terms of directing him in the right direction, giving him wisdom. And he says that he really appreciates the relationship that Coach Prime has with Shadur. So that shows him that if he goes to CU, he'll be in good hands with Coach Prime, because he respects the relationship that Coach Prime has with his son, because it's the same relationship that he has with father. Let's give that a clap. Let's give that a clap. Let's recognize that, everybody. Let's recognize that. We got Chase in the house, Dennis in the house, Scott in the house. Juju will be awesome quarterback at USC. Yes, he'll be an awesome quarterback anywhere he goes. I got to be honest, but I would love to see him. I would love to see Coach Prime. Will Coach Prime be able to flip him over to CU, Colorado, from USC? Because once again, they've got the advantage now. You know damn well that CU is going to pull out all they can. You know Shadur is going to be in his ear. Travis is going to be in his ear. I'm pretty sure Coach Prime, I'm just guessing, folks, but I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime has NFL players like quarterbacks, like a Tom Brady, who gives this young man a call. See, this is the advantage that everybody got to understand. Coach Prime can have NFL caliber quarterbacks and players call this young man up, maybe even do a visit in his household. Hell, Coach Prime, I know Coach Prime says he doesn't do a lot of home visits, but hell, he might just show up at the home or have someone show up. He may get a call from Tom Brady. You see, Juju would have an advantage because he would come to see you where he could start right away and have access to NFL caliber quarterbacks that Coach Prime can get on the phone and talk to, like a Tom Brady, and have them come on down to see you and talk to the young man. Give the young man some pointers, just like he did with Shadur. Let's keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind in your mind about the advantages. You see, let me go ahead and play this from On Sports. And this is fair use, fair use, fair use. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion picture, videotapes, right? And things of that nature. This under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, parody, which does not infringe on the copyright under 17 USC 107. I just have to say that because we don't want to get copyrights. But check this out, folks. This is on 3 Sports. Some of their scouts or some of their personnel there, their guys that are studying high school players. And this is the one small prediction right here. Check this out.
Colorado exciting. Now, they're certainly in the middle of a battle. You know, he's obviously been committed to USC since last fall, visited USC a few weeks ago, but it's still going to be a challenge for the Trojans to hang on.
All right. Let me say peace to Alicia, one of my mods in there. Thank you for being here. Roger Darger, I see you in there. Riley is a quarterback whisperer. Yeah, right. Julian Lewis has said that he understands that Coach Riley, let me say his name correctly, Riley can put him in the best situations because he recognizes what he did with Caleb Williams, who's now in the NFL. I get it. But this is the thing that you should also understand. Let's hear another clip again. Check this out. This is fair use, fair use.
Auburn is a place that Julian could be real successful. So when I look at the two programs right now that are the biggest threat to flip Julian Lewis from USC, Auburn and Colorado is where my list starts.
You hear that right there? Auburn and Colorado are really the two teams that have the biggest opportunity to flip Julian from USC. I'm going to say it again and emphasize this, everybody out there listening. I appreciate you. Make sure if you have not, don't miss out on subscribing to this channel. I want to say thank you for watching tonight. I want you to give a like and a comment on this video. Share this video in all of your social media right now. All you got to do, if you're on your cellular phone, if you're on your desktop, your laptop, all you have to do is hit the button or hit where it says share, and you can put it on your Twitter right now. You can put it on your Facebook right now. You can put it on any social media that you like. Put it in your community tab if you're a content creator as well. I really appreciate you if you can do that. Thank you very much.
Tell the truth.
All right? Now, this is why this is important, y'all. This is why this is important. Once again, as Uncle Neely said, and you heard me play that audio, the advantages that they have is the fact that, let me play just a little bit of this again. Check this out again.
Generational talent in Shadur Sanders could easily be up there for the Heisman. Just talented, man. Just his work ethic and everything. I think Staub is sitting there still at 2, but that is tightening up. But it's just a room that you have to add to, for the future, man. Mm-hmm. And the future is now.
Future is now. Let me play this little part right here.
Final visit.
You want to be last, man.
You want to be last,
in
man.
In this day and age of college football, you want to get that last word. I'm excited about it.
Boom, stop it right there. I just wanted to play that again as emphasis. Having the last word, as he says, allow CU to give the last pitch, which means it's the last thoughts, self-consciously and consciously, that will go into Julian Lewis's mind, because that will be the last place that he will visit before he shuts it all down. So I just want to say it is not dire stray that CU and Coach Prime could pull out all the stops, to pull out everything, the kitchen sink, to get this young man, because right now CU needs a generational quarterback after Shadur, who is a generational quarterback, heads off to the NFL. It would be the best thing for CU in terms of building the program further, because we said a long time ago that you have to believe in the process, and the process is every step of each year. This is only the second year. If Coach Prime can get this young man, it keeps everything going forward. You've got to have, just like in the NFL, you've got to have quarterbacks that are generational, that are franchise, that can get the job done. And so let's not assume that it's a done deal that Julian Lewis is going to go to USC. It looks good that he's going to go there because he has spoken fondly of them, but he has spoken fondly of CU. Let me play this video for you. This is fair use, fair use, fair use. Check this out.
Right. Locked into USC. That's the team you're committed to.
Yep.
But there's other big brands after you, notably Colorado. What's it like to be recruited by Colorado?
Nah, I mean, Boulder's an interesting area. I mean, it's a great space, great fan base, all that stuff. And getting to sit down and spend time with Shadur and Coach Prime and all those guys. I mean, there's a lot of great people out there. And talk about brand right now. I mean, I don't think there's a bigger area than Colorado right now. But it's a great space.
Do you get that sense just from like social media and stuff when you're out at Colorado, when the buzz is going and you're talking Colorado? Do you feel like it's a little bit more amplified than some of the other programs?
Yeah, no, it's definitely crazy right now. Like I was just talking about it, and I was like, Colorado before last year. I mean, I would have never looked at him, smiled at him, none of that stuff. But Coach Prime and them going there really, really boosted their whole situation. But
it's the Coach Prime effect. And what is it?
Boom. You hear that right there? He said if it wasn't for Coach Prime, he wouldn't give him a smile, a look at, or anything. So he recognizes what's happening at CU. He recognizes the significance of what's going on at CU. Very much so. Let me let you see something right here. The young man, a continuing part of this interview. Let's hear this clip right here, shall we? And everybody in the chat room, thank you for coming over. Make sure you hit the likes button, share the video on all of your social media. As you know, I try to give you a complete program, analysis, and the whole 9 yards. And I really appreciate everybody out there watching this channel and giving me a lot of respect and what have you, as I respect you all there in the chat room. I thank you for being here. Let me go and let you hear this too. Once again, we cannot assume. We can hope, and we can say, hey, I hope that he goes to USC. I mean, that he doesn't go to USC, okay? Let's hope that he doesn't go there and that he changes his mind. We can hope that. I want to correct what I said. I'm hoping that he does change his mind and doesn't go to USC and comes to CU. I'm going to say again, one of the advantages, before I go to what I'm going to show you, one of the advantages is that he can play right away at CU, but here is another damn advantage that CU has. Let me put this young man up here for you to see. We have a young man at linebacker who grew up with him literally through Little League football, through all the little football programs that he was a part of, who's coming to you, that's coming to us, coming to see you. He's coming to Colorado, and there's a relationship that he has to Julian Lewis. And that's Manresa Walker! You see, this is the situation, everybody, and I talked about this on my last video. You see, on June 21st, there are going to be several other recruits, some that have already committed to CU, that are going to be there and could have heavy influence on Julian. One of them is Manresa Walker, linebacker. Here he is with Coach Prime. And I want to shout out someone who sent me a comment in the comment section of my last video that's the coach, another coach right there. But Manresa Walker has committed to CU. He's our secret weapon because he has a relationship that goes back with Julian Lewis, all the way back to their early beginnings in playing in little pee-wee football and on up. So they're all going to be taking a visit along with, Corbin, the tight end that I'm very excited about that we're getting. This young man right here who's already committed. I talked about that in the last video. Corbin is showing up. Here he is in a uniform. We have another young man by the name of Chauncey Gooden, one of the top offensive guards. I think he's a guard who's got, as I said before, Oregon and South Carolina and Tennessee and Oklahoma University and Georgia and Auburn and Clemson. And he's got, as you can see down there, he's got CU in his mirror. There he is in his high school playing, doing his thing. I think this might be practice or something of that nature. So Julian is going to be there with these young men who CU is hoping that they could get this young man right here, Chauncey Gooden, who is I think he plays guard coming out of high school. And of course, Manresa Walker is coming along with Corbin, the tight end. A tight end, this kid, I think this kid is big. What is he, 225 pounds, big tight end. He's to me, is going to be, he's like a prototype, potentially, like you see in the NFL where you have these big, strong, tall tight ends that are mostly like receiving tight ends who can jump up, grab the ball, because this young man, also Corbin, plays basketball. He was a two-sport star in high school, basketball and football. And you know what happens with guys who play basketball and then they come into playing football as a tight end in particular. They bring those basketball skills to that position with the being able to leap up, agility, light on their feet, great hands. So these are the young men that are coming in June 20, I think it was June 21st through 23rd. And we're hoping that Manresa can be a big, and I mean a big, and I do mean a big secret weapon. I wanted to read something to you here. Walker, check this out. The recruitment of high-profile talent. Julian Walker requires a team effort. It will be all hands on deck for the weekend of June 21st. Manresa Walker, as you already see right here. Manresa Walker will be there with an old friend. Walker committed to Colorado on April 27th, the day of the 2024 spring game, choosing the Buffs over Miami, Ole Miss, Penn State, and others. The class of 2025 linebacker could end up being a reason why Julian, as I put him back up here again, could be the reason why Julian could flip to Colorado, y'all. All right? The commitment of Julian to go along with Walker, a four-star cornerback Alex Graham, and three-star tight end Corbin would give Colorado a strong base to his 2025 class. That's for sure.
Tell the truth.
So I really want y'all to understand what the advantages are here, plus the fact that the father has a great relationship with Coach Prime as well. And let me put Coach Prime up here for y'all. Let's go to that video and let you hear what he says about the father. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank you all for watching that are out there watching the program. I appreciate you, everybody in the chat room. We got Prime Revenge, Loading, Shadur, Heisman, right on, KG. I see you in there, 89. Thank you for saying that, but let's get right to it.
You know, Boulder right now, like we said, is kind of like is kind of popping right now, and you got some of those same feelings. Do you want to see Coach Prime recruit you to the end? Do you think that he might come in for an in-home visit? Could you see that happening?
I mean, it's a possibility. Like I said, like him and my dad get along very well and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I mean they could. There's no telling what he's gonna do. I mean, he could give up on me after a while and be like, all right, we got to get a guy.
Boom. This is the thing I want to say about what the young man is saying right here. Very key, everybody. He made it very clear that his father and Coach Prime have a good relationship. He also made it very clear, ladies. He made it very, very clear, should I say, that Coach Prime could give up on him and move. But this is the question. Do you think Coach Prime is going to give up? Why would Coach Prime give up when he has this young man coming in on June 21st with those other young men that I mentioned? And he's going to do everything he can. Coach Prime is going to do everything he can to put out everything to convince the young man that CU is the best place to be. Another advantage that they also have that still works in CU's favor is that Julian Lewis, Juju, has mentioned about how he likes Southern California and that he likes the family atmosphere in the environment. But he also recognizes and likes the environment in Boulder and recognizes that there's a family atmosphere there. And most young recruits and even transfer portal guys, when they choose CU, they all seem to have the same theme that comes out of their mouth, which is it's a family atmosphere. They made me feel like family. Boulder's a beautiful place. I like the environment. That's another advantage that CU has, that it's an environment that he's already said that he likes. He's already admitted that he sees it as popping, that the name is big now, that he would have never thought about CU if it was not for someone like Coach Prime. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
He's also mentioned that there's a relationship that he has with the father. That's very important. I want to put this up here, right here. Here's his father and him. I think it's at a Texas game where he showed up at Texas for a visit. That's very important that the father has a connection with the coach or feels comfortable with the coach, a father especially, and a mother as well. So these are also advantages that go, like USC has advantages, but CU has advantages as well that are similar. So that's why you can't count anything out until it comes down to the young man giving his final commitment. And even then, because commitments mean nothing until they sign the letter of intent. Even then, ladies and gentlemen, we still don't know what's going to happen until it comes down to signing day, February 2025, when they have the official signing day. Unless he decides to sign, but the official signing day, I think, officially under NCAA rules, will be in February of 2025, if I'm not mistaken. So let me know what you think about that. Big Worm says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Big Worm 28. I appreciate you coming up. TJ, thank you for coming by, saying, I still hope CU takes Archie Manning from Texas. Hey, anything is possible, brother. Anything is possible. Let me continue to play the rest of what this young man has said.
They got a pretty unique situation there. How do you feel about that situation at Colorado, knowing Shador is going to move on, knowing that, Coach Prime is new there and they don't really have a next guy up in the program right now?
Yeah, no, that's definitely been a thing. Like, coming and play as a freshman would definitely be the best situation, just in terms of keeping my market and everything going on, and nobody wants to sit the bench and be bored and stuff like that. But
did you hear what he said? He said nobody wants to set the bench and be bored. He recognizes that Shador will be leaving for the NFL, which means he has potentially 4 years to be a starter. He has potentially the ability to step right on in, because you can't tell me that there's anybody. It's just my personal opinion. This is not any disrespect to the young men that are behind Shador in that quarterback depth chart. But let's be honest about it. I don't think that there's anybody that's at the caliber in that quarterback depth chart of I don't want to be disrespectful here. I want to be football logical here. But do you, and I'll ask everybody in the chat room, everybody that's watching this video, and make sure you make comments on this video when you get a chance. But is there anybody on the depth chart of this team that's even on Juju Lewis level when someone like Shador leaves the team? Do we have that next guy that we can have confidence in that can get the job done? Do we have the next guy that has these sort of skill sets? You saw it for yourself. Let's see another video right here. I want to show you all. Check this out.
Tell the truth.
Woo! God. Woo! You see, in some of that, in that video, you can see that he's extremely, extremely accurate and has a strong arm. That's exactly what you need, especially if he was to come to. And another thing, just dawned on me, another advantage that CU has is you can say that Lincoln Riley, if I'm saying that name correct, that Lincoln he's a quarterback whisperer. Lincoln is known for, doing a good job working with quarterbacks. But let's also not forget that CU has NFL coaching around the program, and you have someone like Pat Shurmur, who understands how to game plan in the NFL, how to make his quarterbacks more efficient. His best year I talked about this a week ago, his best years when he was at Minnesota before he got the head coaching job for a short time with the Giants. So you put him with a young man like this, and you put him with this young man right here, and you give him an offensive-minded coach who has an NFL type of mindset that could work with this young man that you see in the halls of his high school walking there, knowing that they've worked with Shador, that he will be working with Shador. And then he was asked another question, because you got to see Julian Lewis will be watching these teams play, and he may see something. If CU has a successful season, or he sees how the offense operates under Pat Shurmur, that may make him think too that, hey, you know what? I can play in that offense. That's an NFL off. And remember, these kids want to play in the NFL. And if you've got an NFL caliber offensive coordinator who can prepare you for the NFL because he knows what the NFL is looking for, and he can put you in an NFL pro-style offense, which is what CU is going to be running, that will best prepare you, because a lot of these coaches in the NFL, they know that a lot of these teams are running these spread offenses, these gadget offenses, but they want to know, can you play under center? Can you read the defense? Can you audible? Can you change out of plays? Are you accurate? Do you have a strong arm? How do you play under pressure? Your decision making. These are all the things that they look for in the NFL. Tell me I'm lying.
Tell the truth.
And so that's another advantage, because if he's coming to see you June 21st, you know damn well that Coach Prime is going to have Pat Shurmur all up in that young man's ear, telling him about his NFL background, telling him to show him on the chalkboard how to draw it up, just like they do when you go to the NFL Combine and they meet with the NFL coaching personnel, and they ask the players to write things up on the board about offenses, how they see offenses, how they see what the defense is doing to them. And then you've got Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator, right here, who can now meet with him and tell him and impart to him, these are the things that you can expect at the NFL level, because this man's coached there. This is what defenses are trying to do to you. Do you understand, by having both two coordinators who have NFL experience, one who can draw up pro-style offense, one who can draw up defensive styles that come out of the NFL, and can also give the young man wisdom about, this is what you should be looking for. This is what the defense is doing to you. This is what NFL defenses will try to do to you if you want to get to the next level. You see the advantage. I think CU has a coaching advantage over USC and anybody else. Tell me I'm lying.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I think there's a coaching. I'm passionate about this tonight because I believe there's a coaching advantage. Now, Julian Lewis also said on On3 Sports in their podcast that he recognizes that the talent that they have in the receiving core at Auburn. But damn it, we've got talent on our receiving core. Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn Jr., Amarion Miller, Will Shepard, Wester. We've got talent too, damn it.
Tell the truth.
And remember, some of these young men, of course, a Travis Hunter will be leaving for the NFL. But remember, there's some other receiving talent that Coach Prime has brought in, young guys, high school talent. Let's not forget about that. So I'm here to tell you that CU's got some advantages too, y'all. Let's not, you can sit up here and you can say that Lincoln Riley is a quarterback whisperer. Okay. But you can also look at USC last year and you can say, even with Calvin Williams, USC underachieved what they should have achieved under his coaching. Lincoln Riley has been heavily criticized for the fact that USC didn't play great defense last year, that they underachieved within the Pac-12, or used to be Pac-12. Have we forgotten that when CU played against, Caleb Williams, not Calvin Williams, Caleb Williams, when CU played against USC last year, against Caleb Williams, all the Heisman buzz, you do realize that CU could have won that game. You do realize that they were trying to make a comeback. Shadur and the team was trying to make a comeback. And that if there was more time on the clock, they could have tied that game up, if not take that game over by at least a touchdown with the potential to win the game. It wasn't like USC just blew them right off the field. Yes, CU had some struggles in that game. But at the end of the day, they didn't get blown out. And they were I think they only lost, if I'm not mistaken, by a touchdown. This was under Lincoln's Riley. Before we start talking about, he's a quarterback whisperer. Well, wait a minute now. CU's got all type of NFL experience throughout that coaching staff. Let's not underestimate what Coach Prime and CU and the players there got cooking, y'all. Got cooking. What's going on, Shirley? Thank you for coming over. TJ, Peggy Roster, thank you. Thank you, Alicia, all the great folks that are in the chat room. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I know I've been on one right now. But I just want to remind you of something. Let me also give you a reminder. I was thinking about doing a separate video about this, maybe an upload, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. How many of you out there have gotten the upcoming national TV schedule for CU coming up? CU Buffs game versus Oklahoma State will be on network TV. But check this out. On Thursday, it was announced that when head coach Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes will be visited by Colorado State. That's going to be a tough game on September 14th in Fort Collins. The game will be kicked off at 5:30 p.m. That's their rival. You know it's going to be a tough game because of what happened last year at 5:30 p.m. and will be broadcast on CBS. So the game against Colorado State will be broadcast on CBS TV. Additionally, it was announced that on November the 29th, the season finalists against Oklahoma State at Folsom Field. So Oklahoma State will be on network TV. That will be their final game of the year. Field will be kicked off at 10 a.m. on ABC. It was previously announced, ladies and gentlemen, that the above season opener on August 29th against North Dakota State at Folsom Field will be at 6 p.m. on ESPN. Okay?
Tell the truth.
In that week, the week two game at Nebraska, September the 7th, will be coming on at 5:30 p.m. on ABC. Game times and television slots for other 8 games, all Big 12 conference games, will be announced 12 days in advance, ladies and gentlemen. I just want y'all to all know this, okay? It was announced on Thursday, was it this past Thursday? However, that October 26th game against Cincinnati will be broadcast on ESPN family of networks, y'all. All right.
Tell the truth.
So I just wanted to make that announcement. I figured, don't make a separate video, just an announcement and announce it in your live stream here. Nothing wrong with that. But once again, everybody, this young man has great talent. Let's just take a look at how accurate he is. All right. Woo. Hey, I'm so excited watching that. I'm ready to put on a uniform and get out there. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the presentation. I want to thank you all for being here again, watching the presentation tonight. You know how I do it over here. I try to give you a complete program with analysis and breakdown videos, the whole 9 yards. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Thank you for watching tonight. Wherever you are in the world, daytime, morning, whenever you watch this video, and make sure you definitely share this video in your social media. I want to thank the mods in the chat room, Alicia, Peggy Roster, Shirley, those that are here for coming over and being a part of the broadcast. And I want to thank Nelson, RNVB Nelson, for coming over. BDub97, thank you for coming over. I want to thank all of you out there for watching the program and giving a brother support tonight. I really appreciate that. We'll be back live again very soon to, do this whole thing again, everybody. So make sure you see right over there in the corner side, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tell people about the channel. I also want to, I want to give, if I can, a shout out to Mr. Let me see if I can find something right here. I want to shout somebody out. There's somebody I want to shout out because I think Mr. Tiger Sports, I think that brother over there has they got a live stream, and they have everybody on the panel, and they talk really good football talk over there. I want to give them some respect and some love because I came on their panel I think a week ago, not too long ago, and I really had a good time on their panel. So I want to go over here. Give me 1 minute. And I want to shout the brother out. I want to make sure I'm accurate in what I'm talking about. I want to make sure I give out accurate information so that you all can go over there and check out the channel. And let me make sure I give this. I'm going to check something right now. I appreciate everybody over here. And yeah, this is who I want to shout out again. I want to make sure I do this right. I want to shout out my man, Big Tiger Media. Big Tiger Media. I want to do this right. Big Tiger Media, like I said before, he goes live. He talks about what's going on at CU, Coach Prime, the players, and he has great panels over there, great panel discussion. I was over there, I think, about a week ago. They gave me a lot of mad respect, and I appreciate them.
Tell the truth.
Most definitely. Shout out again to Big Tiger Media. They said they would be, sharing my videos and what have you, and I appreciate you, brother, and I appreciate everybody on those panels over there. And once again, shouting out Big Tiger Media. Make sure y'all check out Big Tiger Media. He does a great job over there with the panel discussions and just basic discussion about what's happening at CU. So I want to shout him out again. We got, once again, Big Tiger Media. Let me shout out my man, Big Dog Chico. We should be going live this Thursday on both our channels together. Let me shout out Dave's Talk Buffs. He's doing great things on his channel. Okay. Let me just shout out everybody out there that's doing content on what's happening with CU, Coach Prime, the players, and what have you. All of you, bless you out there. Thank you again, once again, for those of you out there that's been supporting my channel. And everybody, look, I'll be back with more presentation. Tell somebody that you love them, and I want you all to have a great week. Be on the lookout for me and Big Dog Chico to go live on Thursday. I'll be preparing that stream, so you'll see it up on the page. Share this video again, and you all have what I would say a great week, a great night, and I appreciate all of you very much so. Thank you. Peace. Peace, everybody.
Julian Lewis, coming back to Colorado June 21st. This is going to be his third time coming to Boulder. Visited in January, end of January, was just here, I want to say late February, early March.
Yeah, I think it was early March.
And now he's coming back for an official visit on June 21st, 2024. That is the last of 4 visits he has scheduled this summer, presumably before he locks in for his final year of high school football. This kid is just a phenom. I mean, we've talked enough about him, but he's coming back for his 3rd time.
Yeah, the key word in that, when did you say he's coming?
June 21st.
And it's going to be his what visit?
Final visit.
You want to be last, man. Yep. In this day and age of college football, you want to get that last word. I'm excited about it. Our QB room, we have a generational talent. I almost want to say lifetime talent, but we certainly have a generational talent in Shadur Sanders. Can easily be up there for the Heisman. Just talented, man. Just his work ethic and everything. I think Staub is sitting there still at 2, but that is tightening up. But it's just a room that you have to add to, for the future, man.
Tell the truth.
You've been listening to Prime Sports Media, baby. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Yeah. Yeah.
Marconi.
Prime Sports Media, baby. Yeah.
Tell the truth.